Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Roman Reigns made his return on the latest episode of Raw after being absent from WWE programming due to an attack by the Vision at Clash in Paris. He made his comeback during the Tornado Tag Team match between the USOs and the team of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Upon returning, the OTC attacked the Vision, enabling the USOs to take advantage and secure the victory. However, after the bout, he embraced Jey Uso, firing him up while Jey Uso watched from the side. During this moment, Reigns ignored Jimmy, leaving the audience confused. Given that Big Jim doesn't seem to be pleased with the recent actions of his former OG Bloodline members, he might need some assistance to stop the Yeet Master and the former undisputed WWE Champion. Now, let's explore 3 WWE superstars who could join Jey Uso against Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. 1. LA Knight has been involved in a prolonged, intense rivalry with the Vision in WWE. He recently had a fallout with Jey Uso on the go-home edition of Raw ahead of Clash in Paris, during which Jey speared him after the chaos that ensued following the show's main event. USO seems to be acting under the influence of Roman Reigns, who had advised him to smash all his opponents. Since then, the Yeet Master seems to be at odds with LA Knight, as he has often refused to assist Knight during an attack by Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. This led to the bitter rivals squaring off last week on the Red Brand, where the 42-year-old lost to Jey due to a distraction from the Vision, given that LA Knight is only on good terms with Jimmy, who appears not to be in support of the recent actions of former OG Bloodline members. He might team up with Big Jim to take down Jey Uso and the OTC. 2. Jacob Fatu is another WWE superstar who could join Jey Uso against Roman Reigns and Jey Uso before moving to Raw to reunite with Jey. Jimmy had aligned himself with Fatu on the Blue Brand, where they were embroiled in a fierce rivalry with Solo Sikoa and MFT, given that the two Samoans shared a great bond while on the Blue Brand. The 33-year-old might move to Raw and join forces with Big Jim against the Yeet Master and Roman Reigns, similar to how they previously worked together against Sikoa and his group on Friday Night SmackDown. 1. Former WWE Champion CM Punk. Punk has a storied history with Roman Reigns in the Stamford-based promotion. Recently, he has been in a rivalry with Jey Uso over the World Heavyweight Championship, making him one of the best options to align with Jey Uso and stop the OTC and Jey. If this happens, it could lead to a blockbuster tag team match among the veterans in the near future. The WWE universe is once again buzzing with drama and intensity surrounding the Bloodline saga. Roman Reigns' return to WWE Raw has reignited rivalries, tensions, and questions about where allegiances truly lie. Jey Uso seems to be back by the Tribal Chief's side, but his twin brother Jimmy Uso is being left out in the cold. This opens up a fascinating possibility. Could Jimmy recruit new allies to stand against both Roman Reigns and Jey Uso? If history has shown us anything, it's that no faction in WWE is ever permanent. There are betrayals, surprise alliances, and shocking returns at every corner. Here are 3 WWE superstars who could realistically join forces with Jey Uso in a storyline that would shake the very foundation of the Bloodline. 1. Solo Sikoa, the Enforcer's breaking point. 1. Fans talk about the Bloodline. Solo Sikoa is often the name that comes to mind as the group's silent but deadly powerhouse. For months, Solo has been portrayed as the loyal enforcer of Roman Reigns, carrying out orders without hesitation. However, that loyalty has always looked fragile. Unlike Jey Uso, who has openly wrestled with his allegiance to Roman, Solo has remained quiet, but perhaps too quiet. Jimmy forming an alliance with Solo Sikoa would be shocking, but also very believable. For one, Solo is Jimmy's younger brother, and family bonds run deep. Storylines in WWE often explore themes of loyalty, betrayal, and redemption. And Solo choosing Jimmy's side over Roman and Jey would be a monumental turning point. Imagine Solo finally growing tired of being treated like a pawn by Roman, week after week. Fans have seen Roman verbally belittle Solo, treating him like muscle rather than family. If Jimmy approaches Solo with respect, promising him equality, brotherhood, and freedom from Roman's manipulation, it's not difficult to see the enforcer finally snapping. The image of Jimmy and Solo standing side by side, ready to dismantle Roman and Jey, would not only be a stunning visual, but would also allow Solo to step out of Roman's shadow. WWE loves a good rebellion within the family storyline, and Solo siding with Jimmy could set up one of the most personal bloodline battles yet. 2. Sami Zayn, the heart still beats. Against Romanette wasn't long ago that Sami Zayn was at the very heart of the bloodline storyline. His journey from honorary use to bitter rival of Roman Reigns captivated audiences across the globe. Fans still remember the thunderous reactions Sami received whenever he stood up to Roman, Jey, and Jimmy. And while the saga eventually led him down a different path, Sami's history with the U.S. especially, Jimmy remains one of WWE's most emotional chapters. Jimmy and Sami once shared a unique bond. During Sami's time with the Bloodline, Jimmy was the brother who seemed to have his back the most. Even when tensions flared, there were moments of trust and respect between the two. This history could easily be rekindled now that Jimmy is isolated. For Sami, teaming with Jimmy would be more than just about revenge against Roman. It would represent unfinished business. While Sami had his moment against Roman at Elimination Chamber 2023, he never truly got closure for how things ended with the USOs aligning with Jimmy. Could give Sami another chance to settle scores and finally put an end to Roman's stranglehold on the family. From a fan's perspective, Sami joining Jimmy would be electric. The crowd reactions alone would be off the charts, especially if Sami reminded the WWE Universe of his history with Roman and Jey. It would also allow WWE to tap into a story of redemption and loyalty, where Sami proves once again that standing against tyranny is always worth the fight. 3. Kevin Owens. The relentless avenger, Sami Zayn, is on this list. Then Kevin Owens cannot be ignored. Owens has arguably been Roman Reigns' fiercest rival throughout the Tribal Chief's historic run. He has fought Roman in countless wars, often coming up short, but always leaving the champion battered and bruised. Owens' hatred for Roman is well documented, and he has never forgiven the Bloodline for repeatedly interfering in his matches. While Jimmy and Owens don't share the same emotional history as Jimmy and Sami, there is a logical reason for Owens to join forces with him. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Owens has never needed much motivation to fight Roman Reigns. And if Jimmy is offering him a chance to finally take down the Tribal Chief, Owens would likely jump at the opportunity. WWE fans would love the dynamic of Owens and Jimmy teaming together. Owens brings intensity, unpredictability, and a willingness to go to extremes, qualities that would balance perfectly with Jimmy's emotional and personal motivation. Together, they could form an alliance built on mutual respect and a shared goal of dismantling Roman's empire. Additionally, Owens' inclusion would open the door for incredible tag team matchups. Owens and Jimmy versus Roman and Jey. That's a main event waiting to happen. Owens thrives in situations where chaos reigns, and siding with Jimmy would give him the perfect platform to unleash his relentless style against Roman and Jey in some brutal battles. Why these alliances make sense. Each of these potential alliances, Solo Sikoa, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens adds a unique flavor to Jimmy Uso's rebellion. Solo would bring the shock factor of a family betrayal. Sami would bring the emotional storytelling of unfinished business. And Owens would bring the sheer intensity and chaos that makes every feud he's in unforgettable. From a storytelling perspective, WWE thrives on unpredictability, and Jimmy standing alone against Roman and Jey would eventually wear thin. By recruiting allies, Jimmy's story gains layers: brotherhood, revenge, redemption, and even chaos. The Bloodline saga has already gone down in history as one of WWE's greatest long-term storylines. And this next chapter could elevate it even further. Jey Uso is at a crossroads. On one side, his twin brother Jey has seemingly chosen Roman once again. On the other, Roman continues to assert dominance over everyone in the family. Jimmy could choose to walk alone. But history shows that the most dangerous rebellions are forged in alliances. If WWE wants to keep the Bloodline storyline fresh, adding new layers of betrayal, loyalty, and shocking partnerships is the way to go. Solo Sikoa turning on Roman, Sami Zayn rekindling his fight, or Kevin Owens bringing his relentless vengeance into the mix would all create moments that fans would remember for years. No matter which direction WWE chooses, one thing is certain: Jey Uso's battle against Roman Reigns and Jey Uso has the potential to be one of the most compelling chapters in this ongoing family war.